kia ora. Helen Brahms coming to you live from Claremont, Florida. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I've got my, what's this guy? Bucky's. The Bucky's Beaver St. Patty's shirt on. Oh, hello, Mother. She wants to know if I've overloaded on chocolate and sugar yet. Not yet. Oh, jeepers. Okay, that was one of her first questions. How's your day gone? Are you overloaded on sugar and chocolate yet? Nope. I love it. My mother knows me so well. I love getting text messages. My mum texts me every day. We text backwards and forwards every day. So it's awesome. I love technology and being able to keep in contact with them like that. And also getting onto Zooms and that sort of stuff as well. So how has your St. Patrick's Day been? I know it's not the normal St. Patrick's Day, but still, you can make it it could have been an awesome, awesome day. It was completely to do with your mindset. So this morning actually this is my third Facebook Live today. I'm going to probably be doing a few more of these while everybody's kind of like in quarantine. We're not in quarantine here in Florida yet. I'm just sort of like staying away from all the old people in the park because the average age around here is 70 and they go zooming around in their golf carts. Although when we did go for a walk today, we went for our walk today and we did a different part. We saw more people walking than out playing golf today, which is unusual because usually it's a lot of people playing golf and golf carts are going crazy all over the place and very few people walking. Today it was completely the other way around. But some of the awesome sights we got to see I don't know, what do you call a flock? Is it a flock of storks? The birds are storks. They call it a flock, or they call it what? I don't know. But anyway, so the first Facebook Live today was to challenge you to start your day grateful, to be grateful for the things in your life, just to look around and be grateful for what you have and what you have available to you now, even if you are in a place where they basically put you into lockdown. It kind of sounds like you're in prison, doesn't it? Basically, where they've asked the city to quarantine themselves or made it compulsory, unless medical requirement or food or whatever. So, like I know San Francisco is in shutdown, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. 6.7 million people? Like I said earlier, that's more than the population of New Zealand. That's a lot of people. So anyway, be grateful for what you have. Look around and be grateful. I'm grateful every morning that dog comes in and gives me cuddles and snuggles and all of that. But now she's she's had 2 nights now sleeping on the bed with me, and we're in her little corner. Actually, 3 nights, and she has her little corner all set up, and not sure what she's going to do when I change the sheet. I was supposed to change the sheets today. I'm going to do it tomorrow, and then I make up the bed as it should be made up, with the head at the head of the bed and not the head at the feet of the bed, because it's currently how it's set up. But she goes over in that little corner there, and she basically stays there all night. She's wonderful. And for the joy that she's brought to my life as well. And the fact that we get to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, and I get to wear this shirt from Bucky's is so soft. It's that nice, really, really soft t-shirt material. It's so comfortable. I just don't want to take it off. So what were you grateful for today? And then we had 2 challenges for you today. The first challenge, being a business challenge, was to reach out and connect with your clients. Not family and friends, your clients that you haven't seen for a while, haven't spoken to for a while. It was text message, Facebook message, video conferencing, Zooming, picking up the phone and calling them, sending them a physical card by a snail mail. How did you get on with that, connecting with your clients today? And not leaving a message on their Facebook page. We want it personal, that personal one-on-one connection. So how did you get on with that today? You will notice that on my Facebook page, there has been a challenge issued, and it's called the Call, Text, Email, Repeat campaign. So it's all about reaching out with people that you haven't spoken to in the last 6 months, family, friends, neighborhoods, co-workers, just to see how they're doing. Do they need anything? Just showing that you care, because people are in this isolation stage. Some people will get depressed about the fact that they're isolated from everybody else. Remember, you've got extroverts there that are now having to spend time by themselves or just in the confines of their house with their family. And they need to be amongst people. Introverts, we're fine. Although this one here, who's the outgoing introvert, I need people in small doses. So, we've got that challenge going on as well. We want to spread the word of that. So if you see the posting on my Facebook page, go spread the word. Share it out there. Get it out there. There's actually somebody in our mastermind group came up with the concept and put it all together, and we're just spreading the word. I've already got it going over all my social media platforms. So that was one of your challenges today, was to reach out and touch somebody by text message, Facebook message, picking up the phone and calling them, sending them a card, just any way that you can do to connect with people. So today's one was your clients. We've also got the challenge now going for everybody to contact to contact people on your contact list, family, friends, co-workers, colleagues, vendors. Vendors are having a tough time during this time as well. So check in with them too. The other challenge was the house of cards. How many of you sat down today with your pack of cards and made a house of cards? I'll tell you, these cards are like virtually brand new. I have used them, not much, but they've still got a lot of that new shininess on them. So they're very slippery, and they wouldn't do the lengthwise point like that. And then I couldn't get them to do the sideways point like that. So I kind of had to, if you go to my Facebook page and see the thing for the house of cards, you will see my one there, even with the bit that fell over, and then I rebuilt it. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. It was something completely different. And that's the idea of these challenges. So each day we're going to have a mindset challenge, a business-related challenge, and then a fun challenge. So today's fun challenge was building a house of cards. When was the last time you sat down and built a house out of cards? It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I totally forgot how much I enjoyed it. And even when one side crumpled a little bit, I was like, darn. And then I was gently picking up each one out of the way so we could reassemble it and then make it even bigger. I was quite proud of how it turned out, even with the slippery cards. So yes, that was really good. And then my friend Brett came in, picked me up because he was dropping off Bertha, who's their car, Tony and Brett's car that they're loaning me while I'm here in town. So I thank them very, very much for that. It's very much appreciated. And so I said to him, I said, we're leaving Zeffie behind. Zeffie was all over Brett when he walked in the door, and he said, what's going on? I said, she's trying to convince Uncle Brett that she needs to come too, because Mummy's already told her that she's staying at home because Mummy has to go do groceries. And Zeffie was like, she was talking up a storm. She was whining and yipping, and she was having a good old time with talking up a storm and telling Brett all the stuff that Mum wasn't going to allow her to do. And so we left her here, and as we get in the car, we hear her crying. She's so funny. She stops and she's all around with the exit. And we looked up at the window, and she was at the front window there looking out at us getting into the car, and you could see her mouth going and crying coming out, and yeah, she was going to town and all that. So went back to Brett's place, dropped him off, and then I braved the markets. And when I got there, there was a lot of parking space. I actually got a really cool parking space right under a tree, which was kind of cool. And it was fairly close. I mean, I was prepared to park way in the back where I normally do if I'm doing grocery shopping and I'm in Sparkles. We park right at the back of the parking area and then just walk up. So I was prepared to go there. I was probably like 8 cars from the front of the store, over on one of the side ones, and under a tree. Brilliant. So when I walked up, there's a guy there who was actually cleaning the shopping carts. And he says, oh, don't touch any of these ones. They're still being cleaned. He says, go for one of those over there. And there was a few people in front of me that went and got the carts, and I went and got my cart. And everybody, as we walked past this guy, we were thanking him for cleaning the carts. And he was in a very positive mood, which was awesome. All the people in the shop that worked at the Publix that I went to were all in a very upbeat mood, which was awesome. And then the store was nowhere near as crowded as everybody's been reporting over the last few days. So I guess also too, I was there like around 12:30, 1 o'clock. I was there probably around 1 this afternoon. And so yeah, everybody had probably already been in that morning when all the shipment stuff had been put out. But it was strange because it was almost like a normal shopping crowd when I go shopping. And so there wasn't the crowds there that I was expecting. And yeah, there were a lot of empty shelves. No pizza. No toilet paper. Toilet paper I can't get from there anyway. I have to get from a Walmart or a camping store because it's special sewer safe, RV safe paper that we use. We can't use regular toilet paper. Thankfully, I have a little stash already because every time I go to Walmart, I pick up a pack. So no toilet paper, no pizza, no eggs, which is okay because I still have eggs in the fridge. What else was there? None of. A lot of the dairy section was like bare. There was just like a few, like about just half of a shelf of gallons of milk. There was no half gallons. It was just gallons. There was, and I went to the cream area because I like getting the heavy whipping cream and mixing it with the cans of coconut milk, and using that for if I'm using like one of my protein cereals, using it for that, or putting it into my protein shakes. And they didn't have any liquid. They only had the stuff, the heavy whipping cream in a can. You go shh. And they had a little bit of cheese there. The deli area was mobbed. There was a whole bunch of people. You couldn't walk between the deli counter and the other bit. It was just packed of people. That was about the only place I saw mobbed. Lots of fresh fruits and vegetables, which was awesome. Got some blueberries and some blackberries and some bananas and my power greens and some broccoli saw, some asparagus with the nice thick stalks because they're the best. They work best in the blender. The little skinny ones don't blend so well in the blender, but the ones with the thick stalks work a lot better. And I was going down one aisle, and it was sort of like this international aisle as you're going down, and because you got to go into that one to get the cans of coconut milk. And I walked past this area, and I went, "Hang on, peripheral vision," because I'd already got the coconut milk. So I was just sort of like going down the aisle, and you got that peripheral vision thing going, and so like, did I really just see a purple pack? Go back a few steps. I did. This is what I found. Chocolate-covered Turkish delight. Oops, it's upside down. And it's probably back to front. Chocolate-covered Turkish delight. This is a whole bar in here. I love chocolate. I love Turkish delight. But this is it's put out by Fry's. In New Zealand, you can get it just about in any dairy is a 7-Eleven. You can get it in just about any stores there in New Zealand. In the States, this will be the third store here in the United States in 23 years of me being here in the States that I have found the chocolate-covered Turkish delight. Very rare for me to find it, so we grabbed a few of those. Right next to it was like, ooh, bars. These are like Snickers, but without the peanuts. So they're peanutless Snicker bars, if you want to look at it that way. And these here, what you got there, Ma? These here, if you get, I've got to try and remember the recipe. It's a stick of butter, 4 of these, melt them together, and then, with a stick of butter? I think it works out to be a stick of butter. With 4 of these, you chop them all up, melt them down together in the pot, and then you add in, I think it's like 2 cups of Rice Krispies. We call them rice bubbles in New Zealand. And then you mix it all together, and then you put it into a pan, and really yummy. And but next to that, also like, oh my gosh, I have never seen these in a US store anywhere I have been. I was like, yes. And that would be, and there's a few people that will know what these are. Tim Tams. I got Tim Tams in the classic and the classic dark. Tim Tams. These things are awesome. They're actually made in Australia, but they're biscuits. Americans call them cookies. These are biscuits that have got 2 biscuits with a chocolate thingy in the middle of them, and then the whole thing's dipped in chocolate. They are so good, and you can get different flavors. And they had the original. See if you can see that. I don't know if you can see the picture on there. The original and the classic dark. And there's other flavors like back in New Zealand you can get the caramel, you can get the mint. What other flavors did they have when I was back in New Zealand? I can't remember. But I was like, oh. So that was my splurge today. And then I'm in the produce section and I'm getting my bladder. And I was like, yes, that feels so good. Oh, I got Tim Tams and I got Mars bars and I got Turkish delight. I was like on cloud 9. And then I'm busy at the area where they had the strawberries and the blueberries and the blackberries and the raspberries and that. And I'm getting those. And I look up dark chocolate hummus. Now I actually, Zeffy's like, oh, what's that? You can't have this, it's chocolate. That's not good for puppies. I can have this, but you can't. Okay? No, I know. I'm sorry, sweetie girl. But this I did a Facebook Live on about a year ago. And it was like sometime in the last 2 weeks, I shared the video I did from a week ago. And then somebody on one of my Facebook Lives within the last couple of days made the comment that they were eating, I think it was actually last night, was Stephanie eating the dark chocolate dessert hummus. I was like, yes, because this is so good. Oh my gosh. And then I suddenly got home and I realized I didn't have any crackers to go with it. But I have blackberries and I have blueberries, so we'll figure it out. Maybe I can dip the Tim Tams in there. I don't know. I'll figure it, even if it has to sit, because this here usually has a pretty good. Oh, sell by what is ABR 07? July of 07 of 2020. So we're good. We got time to get crackers. So that was my splurge. Otherwise, I got my and when I go up the counter, someone goes, "You've got a lot of tropical stuff here," because I have pineapple in its own juice, which I love in my smoothies, my coconut milk, and then I had lime juice and lemon juice to go with my Pellegrino water. Because what I do is I also have my apple cider vinegar, because I do a recipe and I have a glass like this, which is actually which is taller. And in it, I put about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon of lime juice, and a tablespoon of lemon juice, and then fill it up with the Pellegrino sparkling water. And I've tried it with, what was the other one I tried? I tried it with a different sparkling water the other day. It tastes the same, but it's really good. For me, it's my daily shock for my saliva glands. So if you remember about a year ago when I had a saliva gland infection that I later found out was near fatal, one of the exercises I have to do is I have to shock the saliva glands. I've got to massage them every day. So you actually have 2 down here and then 2 in behind the ears as well. So you have to massage them every day, and then you've got to shock them by having something tart. Now, they were telling me to, like, lemon suckers or lemon drops or something like that, and I was like, yeah, no, I don't want the sugar. This way it's sugar-free. And I was telling the woman, and she said, oh, that sounds really good. And I said, yeah. And I said, some people like to put a little bit of honey in there or a little bit of agave nectar in there just to sweeten it up a little bit. I said, I don't. I need to shock my saliva glands. And I said, after the first couple of sips, you don't really notice the tartness that much. And so that's my little afternoon cocktail, if you will. Since I don't drink, I make up my mocktail. So that's my mocktail. What else did we get in there? Oh, and we got some frozen fruit for throwing into because I don't keep ice in my freezer because it's a very small freezer. So the way I keep my ice in my freezer for my shakes is I buy the frozen fruit, and then it helps thicken it. The ice helps thicken up the shakes that way. And then I've got coconut water to go in there as well. So she was quite surprised with all this tropical stuff that I was having. And I said, oh no, it's all part of the fun. And then I got my greens, my broccoli sauce. So I'm a happy camper. And now I've got sitting on my counter my pineapple in its own juice, my coconut milk, my lime juice and my lemon juice, and trying to figure out my coconut water and my sparkling water, and trying to figure out, where am I going to store these? So that's the next challenge. But at least I'm not moving tomorrow. I don't move till Monday, so I have until Monday to figure it out. And I have a couple of places that I could put them. I just need to figure out what I'm going to do with what's in those places already. So that was my shopping trip. And then I came home and got stuck in with some following up work, sending out stuff to past clients, and just to reconnect, sending out some cards to past clients to reconnect with them. So these challenges that I give you every day, I'm also doing the challenges as well. So yes, I reached out to some clients via text message, reached out to some via Facebook messages, and then I sent some cards today out to clients as well. And I'm going to be doing that as a daily practice. So those are 3 things I'm going to be doing every day: text, Facebook message, and actually sending a physical card. And then for tomorrow, we have challenges for tomorrow as well. So I haven't figured out what the mindset challenge is going to be for tomorrow yet. I'm working on that one. I will tell you in the morning. But And I'm still working on what the business challenge is going to be. But the fun challenge for tomorrow is we're going to make a paper plane and see how far you can make it fly. And if you've got kids in the house, everybody makes their own paper plane, and let's see who can throw it the furthest. And so in the morning after I do the Facebook Live, we'll put the post there so you can post your paper plane, let's see a video if you want to. Let's see if we can do it on video. Watching you throw the paper plane, seeing how far they go. And if you've got kids, then make it a competition with the kids. That'll be fun. Something fun to do. So tomorrow it's making paper planes. Business side, I've got a couple of ideas. I haven't figured that one out yet, but I will by tomorrow morning. And as for the mindset one, it'll be something super fantastic and sparkling to get your day off to an amazing start. So that's it from me for tonight. Zephy's decided she now wants to play tug, so she needs me to go play with her before she knocks herself out with whatever it is she's playing with. So I hope you all have a super fantastic sparkling St. Paddy's Day. Enjoy the rest of the evening. I know that it's not the usual celebration that we normally get to, but hey, make the most of it. There's there's people in worse situations than what we are. There's people, just remember, there's those that are stuck in hospitals, those that are stuck in long-term healthcare facilities where they're not allowing visitors to go in. So just be thankful for those that you have around you. Remember, be grateful for everything that you have. And look on the positive side. Stay away from the news if you can. And have a super fantastic sparkling St. Paddy's Day. And we will catch you all tomorrow. Hei konera.